stuffed pork tenderloin that was wrapped in bacon. So I'm like, this looks like good health food. I'm going to go check out the reviews and see what they say. And so I'm reading the reviews, and some of them are like, this isn't healthy, too salty. It's like, it's cheese.
It's
stuffed pork with more pork wrapped around it. What did you think you were eating here? And then some of the reviews are like, this was delicious. Way too expensive. 1 star. Did someone come to your house? Did someone come to your house, drop off the pork, say, make this for dinner tonight? We're not going to tell you what it costs. Make this for dinner tonight. And then they made it, and then they showed up the next day and say, $60. And you had no idea. You knew the price of it. You ordered it. How could it be too expensive if you ordered it and knew what the price was?
Well,
how is that possible?
But if you ordered it, knew what the price was, and thought, well, this better be good, and then they gave it to you, and you're like, this is one of the worst things I've ever made.
But the review was positive. It was, what a big portion. It was so delicious, too expensive.
Why do you torture yourself like this?
I don't know why,
because I'm stupid.
Because I'm dumb. I have no idea why I do it. And I yelled at my father the other day. Because he's one of these people. Because he bought something off Amazon. There was a little coupon little thing in the package that said, if you leave us a review on Amazon, we'll give you a $10 gift card, right?
Right.
So my father, being an idiot, didn't actually use the product and then write an honest review like he should. The second he gets that, he just runs right to the computer and writes something stupid like, haven't used it yet, looks great, 3 stars. 3 stars. I'm in my father's kitchen screaming at him saying, this is a dumb review. Why couldn't you at least use the product and give an actual review? They're still going to give you the $10 gift card. He said, I don't know. I just wanted the gift card right away. How stupid. These people are stupid. People like my father should not be able to leave reviews.
Should we have a review board? Is that what you're proposing?
We should. You know what we should do? We should have a retina scan on your computer. They scan your retina. It can instantly tell how stupid you are, and you're not allowed to leave a review.
I like the idea. Today you're going to go in front of the review board for reviews, and then you will tell them about things you've purchased that they are aware
qualified.
Of. Right, like you can't come in there and say, I bought a chia pet, didn't feel challenged horticulturally. It's like, well, that's not its purpose. Sorry, it's meant to just, you spread the seeds on, you water it, and then poof, you've got, I don't know, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle with green stuff growing out of its head. That's fine. You're allowed to have that. So don't leave a review that says this wasn't challenging. Just say it did what it was supposed to.
I told my father, you know, at first I got upset at the stupid review, and then I told him, and I think that every parent needs to hear this when this happens. I said, congratulations, you have officially transitioned to geezer. You are a geezer.
Because of that.
Because of that, yes. Because of that. Kristen's grandfather, when we first met, Kristen's grandfather, he's since passed on, he would spend half of his day calling the 800 numbers on, like, the bag of Tostitos chips to give his response, to give his comments on the chips. Good, bad, whatever. And I said at that time, I said, I can't believe that people do that. I guess now I've figured out who calls that number. And now I've figured out who leaves reviews without even using the product. My father.
Yeah. Does it make you then wonder about, like, all the polling we had during political season? Does it make you wonder who actually leaves the answers on those when they, when you get the phone call? I do. I wonder about that all the time.
Before we get to, we need some levity on this program because my blood pressure's gone up from thinking about my stupid father writing reviews. Here's a story for you. Headline, Mike Tyson used prosthetic penis filled with baby urine to pass drug test. Here's the story. Mike Tyson has long maintained that he never used steroids during his boxing career, but during a recent episode of his podcast, he did admit to using a prosthetic penis filled with baby urine to pass drug tests. Tyson spoke to UFC Vice President of Athlete Health and Performance, Jeff Nowitzki, on his podcast called Hot Boxing, and revealed how he would use a Whizzinator to avoid testing positive for drugs. Now here's a quote from Mike Tyson. It was awesome, man. I put my baby's urine in it, and sometimes, one time, I was using my wife's, And my wife was like, baby, you better not hope it comes back pregnant or something. And I said, nah, so we ain't going to use you anymore. We're going to use the kid. Now, he wants you to know, Mike Tyson, that he was a clean fighter and he never used steroids, all right? He was a clean, he wants you to clean, just like eat clean. He was a clean fighter. He just tried to beat the drug test because he was on cocaine and weed, but never steroids, just coke and weed.
That good, I guess.
Yes,
I don't know
good.
that I can fully believe that or not, but whatever. I don't know. Are we proud of that, Mike Tyson? Is that a moment you're saying yes, and I'd do it again, or are you saying no? That was wrong of me.
Well, he's laughing, telling the story.
Well, that's why I don't know, man. As a parent of kids, that's pretty weird. Like, that seems creepy.
Are you telling me that you're going to take down Mike Tyson's poster from your 9-year-old's bedroom? This man, why are we surprised by it? He is a convicted rapist.
I know this. I'm saying, like, society has just done a number with Mike Tyson when it comes to normalizing whatever it is that he's done, because occasionally he shows up. He has a it's sad to say, a kind of funny speech impediment. That's whether that's fair or not, that's the reality. People do that voice and make fun of him all the time for
That's not even a real voice.
Well, I'm just saying
he has a British accent in real life. That he just puts that voice on for gimmicks.
I'm just saying, like, I think if he didn't sound like that, fewer people would be disarmed by him. Because yes, there is a lot of that is wrong with Mike Tyson, and I'm sorry. Like, the idea of taking your kid's urine to pass a drug test, yeah, like that's all kinds wrong. I'm sorry, that's bizarre.
You want to know what's even more wrong?
If I
still had that Whizzinator, by the way, and it went up for auction, can you imagine the amount of money that would bring in?
Oh, God.
Think about having that in your house in like a little display case. It's like, what's that? Oh, that's Mike Tyson's fake penis that he used.
Here's the thing. It hurts my head to think about two factors of that. One, how much money it would sell for. And number two, the amount of people I know that if they had the means, they'd buy it. Like, not even a question. They'd be like, yeah, if I had the money, I'd be in on that. I'd buy that. I'm just saying, if someone that you know was like, oh, man, I got a big drug test coming up at work. Hope my kid can give me some urine to take into work so I can pass the drug test.
No, man, it's not what you think. It's just coke.
When you call child services, like, instantly and say, I don't know if this is a good situation for the kid to be in, we got to watch out for that. That's not great. We laugh it up on the podcast, apparently. UFC's like, ha, that's funny. We're going to pass that along to all our guys. We hate getting these fights canceled. John Bones Jones, get over here. We got to tell you. Did you know about this?
John Bones Jones bids on it. He bids on the Mike Tyson. What's he bidding on, though? Can I have some of your kids' urine or the fake penis?
Good Lord. I still contend. I'm not trying to rip down these institutions. If you like UFC, if you like boxing, that's fine. Just please know you are very weird to the rest of us. Like, when we hear stories like this about how you get in the ring, it's like, oh yeah, I stole some of my kid's urine. That's weird. That is weird. It may be criminal, but it's definitely weird. Like, that's a bizarre thing to then laugh at and be like, ha ha, funny story. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. No, you don't. You do not have to do that, actually.
College football playoffs, will they stand pat with their schedule or will they move around? We will discuss coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Traffic Center.
Good afternoon. An accident still causing some slowdowns on East Livingston Avenue at Sheridan Avenue. This is an injury crash. Please be extra cautious over here. Should be clearing up in the next 20 minutes, but traffic is so slow in this area. This traffic report is sponsored by Church's. Finally, Church's new chicken sandwich is finally here. With almost 70 years in the kitchen, you can bet we put the work in to make it worth it. It's everything you love about Church's between two buns. Get it today, just $3.99. Thanks for waiting. Church's bringing that down-home flavor. I'm the NRA with Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic brought to you by Metal Supermarkets. Taxes, BS, metal. Some things are just better when cut. Visit Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com for all your metal needs.
New Bud Light Seltzer flavors like grapefruit and cranberry are designed to please your taste buds. Just listen.
More!
Told ya. Bud Light Seltzer. Listen to your taste buds. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beer and Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Need
Need emergency repair? Dormar Heating and Air Conditioning can be there today, guaranteed. Find us at DORMARheating.com.
Dormar, your pilot hero.
There's a lot to be thankful for this holiday season, like free pickup at Kroger on all your fresh favorites. We're talking juicy turkey, grandma's famous casserole, crunchy celery, the greenest of green beans, cherry pie, pudding pie, every single kind of pie, and a swig of apple cider before you go for seconds. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Send money worldwide with RIA Money Transfer. You'll get great exchange rates and save on fees, too. Try RIA at Kroger today. NMLS number 920968.
Things that are better new. Underwear, gum, cars and trucks. At Dick Masheter Ford, we have plenty of new cars and trucks, and we'll take care of all your automotive needs. How about up to $13,000 off a new Ford? Yep, we can sell at a lower price than anyone because we keep our overhead incredibly low. And we are the only Ford dealership to offer complimentary unemployment protection on every car sold. Remember, my friend Dick Masheter is the fastest growing dealer in Columbus. Closed Sundays because it's the right thing to do.
Like being rewarded? That's what I get with Ambetter's My Health Pays program. It actually pays me for doing healthy things. I do the thing, I earn the points, I spend the points, then I do it again. Sounds fun, right? But these are serious rewards, like pay for your copay serious. Health insurance that really rewards me? That's no joke.
Ambetter from Buckeye Health Plan. Affordable coverage, valuable benefits. Now that's better. To see if you qualify, visit betterisoh.com or call. Ambetter from Buckeye Health Plan is a qualified health plan in the Ohio Health Insurance Marketplace. This is a solicitation for insurance.
Yes, it's the sound of bacon sizzling. Good start for this radio ad, huh? Only this isn't a bacon ad. This is a sausage ad. For Johnsonville sausage strips. Strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. So now, your BLT just became an SLT. And your bacon cheeseburger just became a chorizo cheeseburger. Blowing your mind yet? Find Johnsonville sausage strips by the bacon. Even though they're sausage.
Whoa. Bishop and Laurinaitis.
It's 7-zip in 2 seconds. 62 yards, Garrett Wilson, first play. It's over. Game's over. That's what it felt like to me. It felt like we were playing Rutgers. This is Penn State.
Bishop and Laurinaitis.
Presented by Window Nation.
Weekdays 9 to noon on The Fan.
No matter how early you're up or how late you're running, when you start your day at Speedway, we've got what you need to have a good morning, safely. Always fresh coffee to wake you up, cold drinks and snacks to keep you going, plus a full tank to get you where you need to go. So however you start your day, we'll help make your morning a safe one and a good one. Because when you get off to a better start, you go on to a better day. The convenience stores of Speedway. Now buy 3 Red Bulls and save 10 cents per gallon of gas with Speedy Rewards.
Love Jersey Mike subs? Love them times 12 with our new catering box. Packed full of a dozen individually wrapped subs. They're yours for the sharing. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Need extra cash to pay bills or consolidate high-rate debt? Refinance your car at Kemba Financial Credit Union and save money with our triple benefit car loan. Cash back up to $500. No payments for 90 days and monthly savings with rates starting at 1.99%. Plus, you may have equity in your car for cash out. Let's talk so you can start saving money now. Visit Kemba.org.
He opens his toolbox before he opens his wallet and believes you can fix anything with 20 minutes and some pride. He's Mr. DIY, and when he needs metal, he goes to metal supermarkets. Artists, hobbyists, machine shops, maintenance professionals, and welders all count on metal supermarkets for over 8,000 metal products, shapes, and grades. If it's metal, they've got it, or can get it for you. Cuts any size and ready fast. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
An important message from former Ohio State football coaches Urban Meyer and Jim Tressel about Ohio's fight against COVID-19.
There are moments in life when all the greats are tested.
But they persevere, adapt, and never, ever give up.
Ohio, that's you. You saved countless lives and slowed the spread.
But we can't let up. We need to stick to our game plan, because we know it works.
That way we can return to doing all the things we love and enjoy.
With our families and our friends.
Infection rates and hospitalizations are rising across Ohio, in our big cities and our small towns. Please, wear masks in public, especially when you go inside. Practice social distancing, and be careful even in small social gatherings. Don't let your guard down. Don't let the virus spread.
Ohio, when we stick together, we always win.
It's up to all of us.
This message is brought to you by the Ohio Department of Health.
Whether you stop by a locally owned Napa Auto Parts, Napa Auto Care, or visit Napa online, if you need help with your ride, you can count on Napa Know-How.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by Hinderer Motorsports. Catch the stupidity weekdays from 3 to 6. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Stupid impressions and bad math. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Rapid fire coming up at 4:34. Tonight on The Fan, the Buckeye Show at 6 o'clock. Then at 8 tonight, it is Inside the Crew. The Crew wrapped up their regular season this weekend. They will play the Red Bulls in the first round of the playoffs on the 21st. Your thoughts on, just give me like 30 seconds on your summary of the regular season, and are you looking forward to this Red Bulls matchup on the 21st?
Yeah, so I did enjoy parts of the regular season. Much of the regular season, to me, second half of the year was disappointing because this team was injured, and even when they got healthy, they couldn't quite get back to the form they had earlier in the year. New York presents an interesting challenge. I do think it's going to be tough because the Crew just right now have not found consistency. So if they can find the consistency that they had earlier in the summer, then I'm very excited about their chances in the playoffs. But I need to see that, and I have not seen it yet.
Joel Klatt, who is a college football analyst, had this on Twitter. Hearing there's going to be a large amount of postponements slash cancellations this week in college football. Yes, not breaking news.
Turned out to be, well, when he tweeted this, it was because we didn't know some of these games were getting officially canceled. But
right.
Yes, now
by the way, we can't have Tennessee in primetime because their game against A&M was postponed.
I think there's 3 SEC games that have so far been canceled for this weekend. And if you're keeping track, it is Tuesday.
He says, why wouldn't the college football playoff committee start moving their dates back in order to allow for more flexibility rather than forcing programs and leagues to jam games into the next 6 weeks? Yes, that seems to make a lot of sense. There are some rumblings that I'm hearing about that. More breaking news, college football has never been very flexible when it comes to this type of stuff. If the NFL can be flexible with the Super Bowl, I know what they're going to say. Those are professionals. These are amateurs. We can't leave them.
Oh, stop.
I understand. Hold on, though. You know it's true. They're going to come out and say, we can't leave them in limbo. These athletes, they've got decisions to make. It's for the children. It's for the children. That's why we have to cram all these games in. That's BS. If the NFL can move around their playoffs and Super Bowl, you can move back the college football playoffs by a week, maybe, right? Just to make sure that you can get a little buffer for some of these schools. Now, the SEC, Big 12, ACC, they've got that buffer sort of baked in because they started their seasons earlier. Conferences like the Pac-12 or the Big 10 do not. Now, you can say, well, they made their own bed. And that's true, they did, but if you're a fan of college football, if you're in the business of college football, wouldn't you want to bend over backwards to make sure you can include as many teams in the discussion as you possibly can?
Well, of course you would. And the other part of that is, I mean, anyone who argues, well, that's not fair because now these teams will have gigantic layoffs. Have you watched college football ever? Because that's what happens. They typically play the last week or the last week of November, first week of December's championship weekend. And then, Mike, when do they play the college football playoffs? Not for a month later. So, yeah, if the SEC teams have to wait a few, or teams, whatever, whoever gets in, if it's an ACC team, if they have to wait a few weeks to play, and that means Big Ten or Pac-12 schools.
At the rate they're going, they're going to have to make up games during those weeks.
Right. I'm just saying, like, at what point do you say, yeah, it probably makes sense if we want to get these games in. Do we want to have a season where you have missed out on games and games are getting postponed? And this quite honestly, not works against Ohio State, but Ohio State I don't think needs to have all of their games played to still get in. As long as they stay undefeated and they play 6 at least, then they're going to get to the conference playoff, you know, and then they'll hopefully win that championship game, and then they'll get to the playoffs. Like, I'm not too concerned about that. But I could see how a Bama fan or a Clemson fan or some other team's fans that are, you know, waiting to see who gets in, who gets out, they might have a frustrating point where they say, hold on, Ohio State only played 6 games and you're going to let them in? Or, God forbid, it's like Wisconsin, who has missed that amount of games. I could see the frustration there. If you're in college football, if you're running this playoff, why would you not want to give every opportunity to get all those games played and make sure you have the fairest version of your playoffs that you can? I certainly think that's the ideal if you can do it. And yeah, the argument that they're student athletes first, well, if they were students first, you'd be treating them like the rest of your students who aren't allowed to do anything. So half these schools, the students aren't even on campus. What are we talking about? Like, that notion has completely flown the coop. You do not get to play football during a pandemic and then ever lecture anyone about student athletics ever again. They are athletes first. They are there to make your school money. They are going to get paid for their image and likeness. None of that has to do with academics. Stop pretending like that's what college football is about, because it's not.
And the flexibility of the playoffs would allow greater flexibility for these conferences. As it sits right now, Big Ten Championship Week, as they're calling it, is ass up against the selection show. But if they move that, and by the way, it's not like ESPN is going to say, no, it's this day or no day. We don't want this selection show on our air if it's a different day.
Right.
You can move everything back a week. You can add in another buffer week in the Big Ten schedule. And if you have a program like Wisconsin that turns out to be the real deal, but they still have not played the games that they should play, well, maybe you can fit one of those makeup games in that extra week. What's the matter with that? And if the Buckeyes are in a position where they played all of their games and they don't have to do that, then they get a bye week before they play the Big Ten championship game. What's the problem?
There's no problem there. And I mean, we are talking, Mike, as it sits. I mean, Utah State, Fresno State, they just announced no fans in attendance for that game. Bama LSU has been postponed. A&M Tennessee has been postponed. Memphis Navy has now been postponed. Cincinnati Tulsa has been moved to Friday, December 4th. So they've moved that game. But like, they're coming in left and right. Like, you are having cancellations, postponements. Right, I think everything should be on the table here. And I do want to clarify one other thing I was saying about student athletes. I'm not really feeling great about the idea that players who don't get paid to do this are being treated like pro athletes when it comes to a pandemic. I think it would be better to treat them like college students. However, that's not my decision. Like, everyone in college football screamed that these kids get to have a chance to play football. So now that you're in this and you all opted in to do this, we're going to have to treat this like what it is, a business. And yes, a business with a bunch of unpaid employees that are helping you facilitate it. But I didn't make that choice. Everybody in college football did. Everybody opted into this. So I don't know what to tell you.
Rapid fire coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Traffic Center.
Good afternoon. You'll find that earlier injury accident has finally cleared from East Livingston Avenue at Sheridan Avenue. All lanes are now open in that area. The traffic is still slow as it recovers. Plan on some residual delays. This traffic report is sponsored by Panera Bread. Introducing Panera's new Margarita Flatbread Pizza, made with tomato bell pepper sauce, covered in the finest blend of Fontina and mozzarella cheeses, and topped with grape tomatoes, fresh mozzarella, and basil. Order online for delivery or pickup. Panera's new flatbread pizzas are here. Restrictions apply. Only an array with fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Guys, listen up. How many of you out there have been diagnosed with sleep apnea? Maybe your partner can't tolerate you snoring every night. You can't stand your CPAP machine. I get it, but there are alternatives to the CPAP machine, and Dr. Mark Levy is here to change your sleep and your life. Trust me, your wife will thank you later. Dr. Mark Levy can customize you with an oral appliance that opens your airways, helps you breathe better, and stops your snoring. It's quick and comfortable and an alternative to those bulky, loud CPAP machines you always hear about. For over 15 years, Dr. Mark Levy has led the way when it comes to treating snoring and sleep apnea, and he has a track record to prove it. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy's office today. And as the end of 2020 approaches, a lot of people have exceeded medical deductibles, which means less out-of-pocket for you. Don't delay. Schedule your appointment today with Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. Or you can visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com.
Hey everyone, this is Dr. Ann Taylor of Aesthetica Surgery and Spa. We love our patients and we love helping you feel your best. We also love to have fun. So now until we kick off against TTUN, the 13th letter of the alphabet will not appear in any of our ads on the fan. We'll also drop 100 off any non-surgical procedure. Call us. We treat all of our patients like like one of our own. Find us at dranntaylor.com.
The Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event is here, and you can experience the feeling of zero hassle when you shop for select new VWs like the Atlas Crossport. See, there's nothing better than the feeling of zero. That feeling of zero meetings on your calendar. The feeling of zero chores on a weekend. A night out with zero responsibilities. The feeling of zero is a great thing. Simply go to VW.com and experience the feeling of zero regrets when you shop for a new Volkswagen. Doesn't zero feel great?
Okay, let's begin. Morning Juice, Bishop and Laurinaitis, Rothman and Ice, Common Man and T-Bone, The Buckeye Show, Ohio State Athletics, Blue Jackets Hockey, Crew Soccer, the NFL, and even more things I don't have time to say. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The wait for the holidays is over, America. It's time to make some joy. And we're here to help with the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event. We're offering the best deals of the season across the Ford lineup, so you can road trip with the whole family comfortably in a Ford Expedition. Bring home a tree that's bigger than you ever have with a built Ford Tough F-150. And find new ways to make the holidays bright this year when you visit your local Ford dealer. The joy is up to you, America, so let's get to it. Ford, built for the holidays.
I don't need just good health coverage. I need better and better. Reliable coverage I can count on? Better. Low premiums, deductibles, and copays? Better yet. And I can get help paying for it? So much better. For health coverage that keeps my budget healthy, it's Ambetter. No contest.
Ambetter from Buckeye Health Plan. Affordable coverage, valuable benefits. Now that's better. Visit betterisoh.com or call. Ambetter from Buckeye Health Plan is a qualified health plan in the Ohio Health Insurance Marketplace. This is a solicitation for insurance.
Hi, I'm Chuck Moore, President of Central Ohio of the Middlefield Banking Company. Here at MB, we want to be your everything bank. Whatever you're saving for, no matter how you spend your money, your dreams become our dreams. That's the personalized customer service we provide at Middlefield Bank. We've been doing it for more than 100 years, serving individuals, families, and businesses right here in Ohio. From simple checking and savings products to more complex loans and lines of credit, our experienced team can find the right solution for you or your business. We know you'll enjoy getting to know our team in person, and we know you'll love MB's online banking experience too. At MiddlefieldBank.bank, you'll find all the tools you need to manage your money, your savings, and your budget. Visit our 5 branches in Central Ohio, in Dublin, Howell, Sunbury, Westerville, and Plain City. Ask about MB's Check and Rewards. Earn your way by choosing cash back on your everyday purchase or interest rewards. The Middlefield Banking Company. Visit us online at MiddlefieldBank.bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Ohio State football coach Ryan Day on your home for Buckeye football, The Fan. The Fan. Ohio sports destination.
Prepare your non-beef jerky insides for what's about to happen to them. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Happy Tuesday. Beautiful day in the Buckeye State. Stop sending me tweets about Tony La Russa. You can all go to hell. I will discuss that later on in the hour.
Yeah, but
not
it's
at great
definitely
length because no one cares, but they care about my misery apparently.
Let me tell you, people care because I got tons of tweets about it today of people saying that you need to bring this up on the show and we need to bring it up to you.
But see,
and all this stuff.
that bothers me because you should be concerned about me, all of you people. I assume that you like the show because you listen to it every single day. Maybe you download the podcast. You like the show. Do you want me to die? Maybe the answer is yes. Maybe you're in cahoots with my wife and, you're planting all this just so my blood pressure rises high enough that I just stroke out right on the air and that's the end of me. Maybe that would be the podcast to end all podcasts. Mike officially loses his mind and dies on the air. I guess that would make all of you happy because you seem to take so much joy in my misery. I'm suffering! I'm dying here!
Okay, but you have to admit, Charlie Chaplin taking a pratfall or bumping into something back in the day of the era of silent movies, if he had a movie where he just sat down, smoked a pipe, drank a little brandy, and then went to bed, Nobody would enjoy that because they're waiting for like mischief to happen, some kind of thing he's known for to happen to him. You are known for losing your mind occasionally.
I'm aware of that, but
so
at
that's
some
why
point,
people want to see it.
let's do a little professional wrestling thing for you, because you're a hillbilly, Teddy's a hillbilly, you enjoy the professional wrestling. At some point, even though it was entertaining, the wrestlers got together. Well, I don't know if they got together. Somebody got together and said, you know, maybe hitting each other flush on the skull with folding chairs is not the best thing for us to be doing. We can still entertain people, but maybe we have to do it a little bit differently so we all don't, you know, die when we're 37 years old. Perhaps that's not the best thing. So, yes, your choice is professional wrestling without chair shots, or professional wrestling ceases to exist.
Right.
Or me, you get a little bit of the yelling and the aggravation, but you don't just gleefully push me over the cliff.
So what you want us to do...
Which is what you're all doing.
You don't want us to say like, Mike, Tony La Russa, let's talk about it. You want us to say, hey, Common Man, are you aware of any managers in baseball who have recently been found to have
no, see, now you're just
record?
being a smart ass.
Like...
We have
to talk about it at some point.
No,
it's
we
got to
don't,
come up.
because who cares?
Yeah,
Who cares
people
about
care.
Tony La Russa? No one cares.
We got to talk about it. We will talk about it in the future. We will talk about
Rapid fire. Let's do it. Go, Teddy.
Rapid fire.
All right, Teddy. Rapid fire number 1.
Will Justin Fields have more TD passes or incompletions against Maryland on Saturday?
Let's think about how ridiculous this question is. All right, it's completely and totally ridiculous. Now let's think about how it's actually a fair question, because it is. That's how good Justin Fields has been. And even though he's been so good, I'm going to say eventually he's going to have a football game where he only completes 75% of his passes. What a pile of crap. I don't think this is going to happen this week, so I will say he has more incompletions than touchdowns.
Yeah, I'll say 5 touchdowns, 6 incompletions. How about that? But 1 is an intentional incompletion, like where he's throwing it away to avoid a sack. So does it really count? I'll do that. That's my cop-out.
Rapid fire number 2.
We're basically at the halfway point of the NFL season. Who are your current favorites to make it to the Super Bowl?
Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Packers and the Chiefs. Packers and the Chiefs. Take it to the bank.
Oh.
It will happen.
Mine are a bit different. I'm actually going to go Saints. Because the NFC, though, I don't feel good about that. I just want to be clear. I don't feel good about anyone in the NFC because I see flaws in all those teams. Saints, Bucks, Packers, Seahawks, all there. But I'm going to say in the AFC, I hate to do this. It's the Steelers. For me right now, Steelers are the team. That's where I am.
Had a problem beating Garrett Gilbert last week.
Hey, you know what? Everybody has a bad game. Doesn't mean I think they are not still the best team in the AFC. They are right now.
I know. I'm just giving them a hard time. Rapid fire number 3.
And who would be your NFL MVP at the halfway point of the season?
Probably Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson. That's my answer.
See, that's where I went too. Even though I know he had a not great game this past week, I'm still there on Russell Wilson. So, yeah, I'll give it to him.
You know what? I'm going to give it to Bears coach Matt Nagy. A coach does not win MVP, but he's been so important to the success of the Chicago Bears. I'm going to say they bend the rules and they let him win it. No?
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I was waiting for Ted.
No, there's none of that. Rapid fire number, what are we on, 3 or 4? 4.
Do you believe Burrow, Herbert, and Tua can replicate what the trio of QBs from the 2004 NFL draft did in their careers? And of course, I'm talking about Big Ben, Eli, and the baby maker, Phillip Rivers.
They're not going to come close to me when it comes to making babies. Yeah.
That's not Phillip Rivers, though. That's Chuck Amato.
No, see, here's what I've discovered from people.
Okay.
Whenever I'm out, they always say, hey, man, that Phillip Rivers voice you do is funny. So they don't even understand that I'm not doing Phillip Rivers. I'm doing his former college coach, Chuck Amato. And it's a poor impression at that. So we're just going to eliminate Chuck Amato from the equation, and that will just be Phillip Rivers talking to you. Yes.
Somewhere a pair of mirrored sunglasses have just flown into the abyss. They exploded off of his head in rage because he's so mad.
I'm sorry, what was the question? Can these three guys that we've seen for 2 seconds become Hall of Famers?
Yes.
I don't know. If I was a betting man, I would say no, because that's a pretty high bar.
Yeah, do all three of them have to do that? If that's the case, then I'd say that's tough to do. Do I think that this is one of the best young crops of quarterbacks we have seen since then? Yeah, I do think that. I don't know that they'll all be able to stay injury-free long enough in their careers, have the best situations with coaches, all those different things. Long way to go there, but yeah, I'm encouraged by what I've seen by these three guys. I definitely think out of the three of them, you'll have more than one that could be a Hall of Famer. Yeah, I think I'm going to go that far. I will say 2 out of 3, Ted. Get the jackets ready. I don't know which 2 of the 3, but 2 of the 3 headed to the Hall of Fame minimum.
Hey,
So
T-Bone!
Yeah, what's up,
You
Phil
want to
Rivers?
know how fertile I am?
How fertile are you, Philip
I
Rivers?
was making a Denver omelet for my kids this morning. I cracked the egg and a chick came out of it. Yeah!
And a what came out of it?
A baby chick.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah, I fertilized the egg.
Ted, I don't know what you heard, but I didn't hear chick. Chick.
Chick.
What was that?
Cluck, cluck. Get your mind out of the gutter.
That's right. That's right.
Rapid fire number 5.
All right, we lost the great Alex Trebek on Sunday, and he hosted my favorite game show, Jeopardy! So, what's your guys' favorite game shows of all time?
Deal or No Deal is my favorite game show of all time. It takes absolutely no skill whatsoever. I appreciate that, and I get to look at very attractive women.
Right. I enjoyed Jeopardy! But I will actually, none of the other game shows really do it for me as much as American Gladiator did it for me. And I'm sorry, that's a game show. It's a physical game show, but it's a game show. And if we are going to count that, then I think we could also count...
I call BS on that.
Why?
I don't think American Gladiator is a game show.
It is a game show.
You go out in the street, you ask 100 people right now, is American Gladiator a game show? Nobody except for you says yes.
Okay, well, I can't help it that people are stupid. Mike, what do you use on Jeopardy? What's the part of your body that you're using to win Jeopardy? What is that you're using? Is it a muscle? No. It's your brain.
Muscle is a brain. Or brain is a muscle.
Muscle is a brain, baby.
You beat me to it, you bastard.
I'm just saying, your brain is part of your body that you're using to win that game. Well, so is a bicep or a quadricep or a, knee joint or a hip joint. I'm just saying, that's all that is. It's physical competition, but it was a game show. It was a game that was on television as a show. So it's a game show.
Fine. Then my favorite game show is Chopped.
I can
on
see
Food
that
Network.
being, yeah, that's fine.
It's the same thing. Hi, Chopped here. Chopped, host of Chopped.
Look, it's no circle bake, but it's pretty
Circle
good.
Bake.
That's a game show.
You missed it last week, man. It was me and Chops, and pretty much every single day it was, his love for burritos. He needs to host a podcast just about how he wants to have sex with burritos.
Well, he had at one point said I don't want to misquote him here, that burritos surpassed the pizza in his mind as the number one.
He said that, and then now I just feed off of that and just say, I don't like pizza, I'm Chopped. And then he corrects me and says he does like pizza. But you know what else I discovered?
What's that?
His beautiful fiance, J-Lo, does not like peanut butter or chocolate.
Yes, he brought this up to me. Now that you say that, I remember that, and I remember feeling bad for her and thinking, is this like an allergy situation? But apparently it is not. It is just she does not enjoy the taste of those
she doesn't enjoy it. She doesn't like, the only thing she likes for dessert is fruit. And I don't know what planet this woman's from.
I don't know either, but that's good for her. I will only add this because it's been a revelation for me, and maybe we need to take more time to talk about this.
What?
I've now come to the conclusion, regular Reese's cups are like the worst size of Reese's for me now, because...
All right, hold on. We got to take a break.
Okay.
Save your because. We're going to take a break.
All right.
And then we'll come back and just totally throw this train right off the tracks.
That's fine.
Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Traffic Center.
Good afternoon. You're going to find some slowdowns on I-70 westbound at the 71 East split. Construction work does have the roadway reduced to one lane. You're going to find some delays coming from Miller Avenue. Plan about a 5-minute backup over here. This traffic report is sponsored by eBay. Gifts from eBay say a lot but don't cost a lot. So tell your all-star it's time for takeoff with Air Jordans at not-so-sky-high prices. Get your rockstar dad a Bose soundbar that speaks volumes. Spend a little on gifts from eBay that say a lot. I'm Leanna Ray with Fan Traffic.
How much can you save with Logan AC and Heat Services on a new Train furnace and air conditioner? Call us now to book your free estimate. Logan Services.
No matter how early you're up or how late you're running, when you start your day at Speedway, we've got what you need to have a good morning safely. Always fresh coffee to wake you up, cold drinks and snacks to keep you going, plus a full tank to get you where you need to go. So however you start your day, we'll help make your morning a safe one and a good one. Because when you get off to a better start, you go on to a better day. The convenience stores of Speedway. Now buy 3 Red Bulls and save 10 cents per gallon of gas with Speedy Rewards.
That was your 4th of July. And this?
Thanks for dropping by, Patty.
Was probably your birthday. But with Ohio Lottery's biggest holiday scratch-off, the $20 Merry Millions, you can turn into a big celebration with a big top prize of $1 million. Merry Millions is your chance to finally go big this year. Get your $20 Ohio Lottery Merry Millions and other holiday scratch-offs today. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Please play responsibly.
Taking out the trash. That's what we're all about at Bourne Brothers Waste Services. This is Justin Bourne,
Zach Bourne,
and Jacoby Bourne, former Ohio State football players. We are your company for all of your trash and recycling needs.
providing services that include front-load containers, mini and large roll-offs, and compactors.
Contact us today for the best service in town.
Bourne Brothers, the real local trash company.
Taking out the trash.
At Midas, you'll find all the expertise you need to take care of your car. From brakes to tires to oil to everything. You can count on Midas to tell you what needs fixing now and what can wait. So, whether your check engine light just went on or you remembered that it's time for your regularly scheduled oil change, now is the time to head over to your locally owned and operated Midas. We'll tell you what needs fixing now and what can wait. Come on by and see us. For brakes, tires, oil, everything. Trust the Midas touch.
Morning juice.
Get off your chair, buddy. It was amazing. Anyways, by the way, don't digress me. They want to play football. Digress.
Morning juice.
Sponsored by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
Weekday mornings at 6. The Fan.
Hi, it's D. Miller. Guys, prioritizing your health is more important than ever.